Welcome to Bright Future Channel, guys. As I told you earlier before, that Bright Future Channel is a youth-focused motivation, business, and mindset platform built to help young people move from confusion, clarity, then you go to action, and finally you find yourself in success. So if you are here, you just want to get to know how can you be a billionaire without papers. Degree is not needed here, papers is not needed here, but again you only need skills. How can you empower yourself using skills? How can you change your life? How can you change from poverty, then you gain wealth, or you be a rich guy without papers or a degree? This video is purely focusing for the people who are young, energetic youths, that we believe that they need to learn these skills very early before it's too late for them. Because when you are young, that is a pure advantage that everybody don't know. But again, I'm here and I'm going to tell you how are you going to use skills to be a billionaire from where you are. And on today's episode, we want to be talking about problem solving as a skill. Problem solving. Guys, just imagine it's as simple like that, like just problem solving. Like how can you solve a problems within the environment that you are, and you become a billionaire while people are looking at you, you know. But again, you don't need to travel from where you are. You don't need to travel from one country to another. You don't need to travel from the village to town. You don't need to travel from the city to the village. But again, you only need to do these things wherever you are. And I'm here as your presenter. I'm going to tell you how are you going to use a problem solving as a skill. When you will have that skill of problem solving, my friend, my fellow youth, you are going to make it from where you are. As we all know, guys, that most young people believe money is the starting point of success. That is what people and most young people believe. But the truth is, money is the result and is not the cause. Money is only the result, is not the cause. If I gave you $1 billion today without skills, you will lose it. That one belief. But if I give you skill and took away your money, you will be rebuilding. You will rebuild everything. Like when I take money and I take money from you, then I give you a skill. Believe me, you will rebuild more money. Billionaires are not magical people. That one put in your mind as a youth. They are simply people who learned how to solve problems at scale. Every single billionaire you admire is paid because they removed pain from people's life. And the bigger the pain they remove, the more money they made. Think about it. People were tired of unreliable transport. Uber appeared. The Bolts appeared that these people ordered online. People were very, very much tired of unreliable transport. People wanted cheaper, fast communication. WhatsApp appeared. Nowadays it's very easy. Imagine the guy who solved the problem of WhatsApp. Imagine the guy who saw that there is too much unreliable on transport. He decided to come out with a Bolt, or he decided to come out with an Uber. That guy solved a problem. That guy solved a problem. And right now as we talk, maybe even WhatsApp owners, those people are billionaires. People struggle to send and receive money. M-Pesa appeared. For the Kenyans and I think East Africa, people knows what I mean with M-Pesa. You just send money direct from your phone to other people's phone. Direct and direct. You know, that guy solved that problem. None of these companies invented something new. They organized what already existed and made life easier, faster, and cheaper. That is what problem solving really is. These people never invented any new thing. Things like in transport, cars were there. The only guy who came out with an Uber, he just came out with an idea of making transportation more easier, because it used to be unreliable. People used to receive money maybe by cash. Somebody came with an idea of M-Pesa, and that is how problem solving really is. Problem solving is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about paying attention. Most people pay attention to entertainment. Problem solvers pay attention to frustrations. That is now the difference between poor people, poor young people, and billionaires. As you are paying attention to entertainment, other people are paying attention to frustrations. Every time someone complains, a business idea is speaking. That one is only for the billionaires. When he heard somebody is complaining, that is purely a business idea speaking in their mind. You know, every delay, every inconvenience, this system is broken, is an opportunity. When they see that the system has been broken somewhere, that is an opportunity. People don't pay for products. They pay for relief. They pay to save time. They pay to reduce stress. Actually, guys, this is the truth. People don't pay for products. They only pay for the relief. They pay to save time. They pay to reduce stress. They pay to remove confusion. And that is why big problems attract big money. You don't need to travel abroad to find opportunity. I've told you it earlier. Like, you don't need to move from where you are. You go and find for opportunity. No. Just look around your community. Look at transport. People complain about late matatus, unsafe travel, and expensive fares. Those complaints are not noise. They are signals. Look at the food sector. In your village, just in your community, you don't need to travel. Look at the food sector. Food is expensive. Food spoils quickly. Cooking takes too much time. Each of these frustrations is a business waiting to be built. You know, look for an idea, you know, on how are you going to protect foods from spoiling, on how are you going to make sure that food is cooking very fast. Look at education sector. Young people are tough, tight, taught theory, but lack skills. Books are expensive, you know. Learning is slow. That gap is not normal. It is an opportunity for you, a young youth, wherever you are. Look at waste and sanitations. Garbage are everywhere, blocked drainage, flooding. That mess is money for someone who brings order. The difference between the poor and the wealthy is not intelligence. It's a perspective. How do you look at things? That's the difference between a poor guy and a wealthy guy. How do you look at things? You know, poor minds complain about problems. Those are the poor minds. Those people you just see a problem, you complain. You don't want to fix it. But when you find people who are wealthy minds, they ask their own self questions. How can I fix this problem? But when you find poor mind, for them they only complain. But when you look at the wealthy mind, they usually ask, how can I fix this problem? And that's the only difference that we have. Billionaires train themselves to ask powerful questions every day. What frustrates people the most? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself as a young youth, as earlier age, before it gets too late. What frustrates people most? Like, what is this something that is really disturbing people, maybe in the village or in your community? Then you look for a solution there. The moment you have found a solution, you are going to be a billionaire. For example, there is a water problem in the village, you know, and then you ask yourself, how can I do it? Maybe you find for a tap, you find for a pumping machine that you pump water from the river direct, because maybe people are going with the buckets in the river to find for a water and everything. You just buy a machine, a pumping machine. You put a borehole at your home there. Then you'll be pumping water maybe in the evening. Then people will be coming there, they buy from you maybe a bucket or a container, you put a certain amount of money, because people obviously will see, this is the easiest way. I just go there and I line up, I get water and get into my house. Instead of taking my bucket, then I go to the river. Think about what frustrates people the most. The most thing that, like, something that really frustrates people in your village. When you find a solution on that, you are already started your journey of being a billionaire. What wastes time daily? Like, those are the questions you need to ask yourself. What does it really waste time in our village daily? Maybe, or in our community where we are working, or what really wastes time? You find a solution there. What costs too much money? Like, what is too much expensive? You look for another option. Which option should I come with? Instead of people buying cooking oil, maybe it's expensive. Why can't I plant sunflowers and manufacture my own cooking oil? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. What is complicated but shouldn't be? Like, something, there is something that is too much complicated in your village, but it should not be there. You know, you can look for a solution. And that is how you, as a young youth, you will be now starting your journey of being a billionaire. And what do people complain about again and again? Like, if there is maybe this problem of maybe electricity each and every time, you know, there is that problem that is in your village where people are really complaining, you know, within 1 hour, the electricity has gone, or there is a day that maybe electricity goes, or the blackout of electricity, it happens maybe for more than 5 days. Look for a solution. You can buy solars, you buy batteries, then you want to be charging phones for the community members. They pay you because you know that electricity is not stable in our community. Electricity is not stable in our village. Let me set somewhere a shop. Then I put solars and batteries where I'll be charging these people's phone. You will be making money because you have come out with a solution of a certain problem. By asking yourself, what disturbs people again and again? That is this something that usually disturbs people repeatedly. You know, what disturbs people again and again? If people complain about something every single day, then people will pay to fix it. That is what I was telling you. People are really complaining about electricity. After 3 days, the electricity has gone. You just find a solar and batteries to charge maybe phones for them. That is an example. Here is something most youth don't realize. You already have an advantage. You understand technology. Those are the things that youth really don't know. You being young, that is a pure advantage. You also understand technology. You understand internet. You understand trends. You know, you have time, energy, and curiosity. While others complain, you can observe. While others wait for jobs, you can create value. You don't need to start big. Most billion shillings ideas start small solutions. Tonight, instead of scrolling endlessly, sit down and think. Write down 5 problems you see every day in your area. For each problem, ask yourself, who is affected? How often does it happen? Will people pay to solve it? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself after just writing down, you know. You just write down all the problems, or you sit down, you write down 5 problems you see every day in your village or in your area. Then you ask yourself these questions. For each problem, ask yourself these questions. How often does each one happen? You know, will people pay to solve it? And if people already pay to survive the problem, they will definitely pay to remove it, you know. If people have been really running maybe to go and charge phones, I'm giving you that examples of the phones because I know most of the rural areas, maybe electricities are not there. People, they only travel from the remote area, or they just walk from the remote area to go and charge the phones from the center town, then come back. This is a problem. We don't have electricity. Let me set a shop somewhere with solars and batteries where people will be coming and charging their phones each and every time, you know. This is how billionaire mindset is built. Not in one day, but daily. Stop chasing money, start chasing problems. Look for problems in the village. Don't chase money, you just look for problems. Then money will follow you from the back. Because man will always run towards the person who brings solution. If you are young and listening to this, remember one thing. Your future will not be decided by luck. It will be decided by the problem you choose to solve. If this message spoke to you, comment below. Then say at the comment section, I see problem in my village. Wherever you'll just comment, I see problems as opportunity in my village. I see problem as opportunity in my area where I am. Just comment down here so that I can get to know that this video reached to you. At the same time, like, share, and follow. Because this channel is about turning young minds into powerful creators. Thank you very much, and may I see you in the next video. Like, let me get to know this skill of problem solving. Has it really helped you? So that you can tell me at the comment section. Find problems. Write down the problems that you see in your village, that you see in your area. Then look for a possible solution. Don't chase money, but chase problems. So anytime you chase problems, money will follow your back. For example, that idea that I've given you. You are a youth, you are stranded, maybe you never went to school, maybe you finished Form 4, you never managed to be in campus or to go in university. But again, you want to build yourself and be a billionaire. You are in the rural area where maybe you see people daily, electricity have not reached there, because there is other rural areas where electricity have not reached. I've used this simple example because I know this example is more better and it's happening to most of the village. And you are there working with them, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go. People are working from rural area, they go and charge their phones, they go and charge their batteries, they go and charge everything in town. But if you set a shop and then you will be charging for them during the day, people will consider a walking distance. You have already made the work easy. You know, people will consider, should I go to charge on that place or should I go to the town? Anyway, guys, just comment down there that now I'm seeing problem as an opportunity. Then we will be linking on the next video. Thank you very much, and welcome again to Bright Future Channel.